Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this is the full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4. Let's do it. Alright guys, welcome back to another video. So we're going to do the norm here and cover the 7, 8, or 9 things that I always cover in every review, and this is the Galaxy Note 4. So spec-wise, we already know that it has a 5.7-inch display. It's a Quad HD display, and it is crystal clear. Very high pixel count, no need to get into that, and it is a fantastic display. Some bloggers have even said that it's better than the Nexus 6 display, but we shall see, because I will pair those up. So for right now, this is the Galaxy Note 4. Power button on this side, this metal band around it, the body is metal, it just looks so beautiful. Volume rocker here. In the bottom, you've got your S Pen and some microphones, really nice antenna band. And the top here, you've got headphone jack, more microphones, IR blaster if you want to do a TV thing. 16 megapixel camera, heart rate monitor back there, speaker, and S Pen down there, a little branding. I like how T-Mobile has their branding minimalistic now. Actually, it doesn't say T-Mobile anywhere on here. It says Samsung and Galaxy Note 4 and then Samsung on top. Thank you, T-Mobile. So, what do we have? First thing I want to cover is, like the norm, I want to cover the screen. And there's not much to say about the screen when you're doing web browsing and things like that. The screen is absolutely fantastic. And I think it's the right size screen. The body, holding it in hand is really, and I have larger hands obviously, but this phone feels fantastic in the hand. The body and the way they built this doesn't feel like it is a 5.7-inch display. So the screen, crystal clear. You shouldn't have any problems with anything that you're doing. Moving on to the body, and the body of this device, Samsung finally got it right. Now, while I'm not a fan of the back too much, I think the white is the one to get if you're going to get a Samsung Galaxy Note 4. The white just looks really premium and elegant. It really looks sleek, and the fact that they did the front of the phone white too as well really makes it very sexy. If you look at the edges here, it's got the shaper, the chrome look around there. It just really tapers off very well. Very sexy device at the bottom of that. Very sexy. Well built. This body is fantastic. I'm not really going to cover the S Pen, just so you know. The Note line has been around long enough. This is just an overall Galaxy Note. I don't want to go deep into the S Pen because we'd be here all day. So body, perfect. Sound quality, let me see if I can get some music. I'll go to YouTube and put something on. Let's do a search for, actually, you know what? Let's just play this.
No one else can do this but her.
Now the speaker is back here, so it's kind of tough, you know, if you lay it flat, it's going to actually muffle out a little bit. But the speaker on the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 is still a beast.
They're gonna kill everyone.
I'm gonna get a song on here. What's your favorite song, guys? I don't know, I'll think of something. Gotta go with Sade. I'll just go here. Let's play something real quick. Uh-oh. You get the idea. Sound quality is going to be fantastic. Also, when you're listening to things in the headphones, when I tested it on the black model that we bought, it was good. It was the same thing. It was really, really great. Now let's get into the camera. So Samsung's camera is actually pretty good. They've actually got the most things right here where you can set all the same. Now this isn't something new, but I just like how they did it this time. You got a rear camera selfie, selected focus. You can do panorama from here, and you can download different things there. But you want to get into the deep stuff, you go into the settings and you go here, and you can actually turn on 4K recording. which will drain that battery a lot, and it'll eat up the memory a lot. It's a very large file, but the fact that you can do it is fantastic. Now, after using an iPhone for so long and Google products, this phone can come across as being cluttered. The UI for the camera can come across as being cluttered and almost just difficult to understand. At this point in the game, I think people just want to take a picture and they want it to come out right. And I think that's where a lot of OEMs get it right. This is nice, but I would like to have it simplified. This is just way too much. I don't want to go through all these steps just to turn on 4K recording or just to try to get a good picture out of this thing. It does take great camera photos. It does take good video. I got a video sample up in 4K already. Check that out if you haven't. But the camera itself is actually a really nice camera. It's just that I think I'm beyond all this deep dive into the settings just to try to make the camera the best. When they can make a camera that pretty much just snaps the shot and is fantastic right off the cut, I'll be really happy. So until then, you know, the camera's nice, but I would like to see it a little bit more simplified. Web browsing, let me clear the web browser out real quick. All right. I am going to go to CNN. Fantastic. Sad about Bill Cosby, huh? He got those alleged rape cases going on with him. That's kind of sad. But anyway, let's go to phonearena.com because they are a full website and they don't have a mobile website. So we're going to surf and turf. So this is how it's loading up phonearena.com. Phonearena.com, you can see how it renders the page here. This web browser it's just ridiculously fast. No hiccups on here. The processing power behind this, it better not be any hiccups, and it better just flow very smoothly for that matter. But nonetheless, I think web browsing, I think you'll be extremely happy with no problems. Now, powering this beast is I believe it's an 805 in here. That's for the techies. But for end users, the processor in here is one of the best that you can get at the moment. You shouldn't have any problems. This has 3 gigs of RAM. You shouldn't have any problems doing any of your tasks, especially if you're not a heavy user. Even heavy users, though, I can get this thing, when I tested it with the black one, I can actually get it to stutter just by opening up several apps, and then when you close them, shut them down, they'll run in the background, and it kind of makes it stutter. And it's unfortunate that Android is still doing that with such a powerful device and 3 gigs of RAM. But you know, you got to go in and close them out if you want it to be a buttery smooth experience. But not saying that it's a bad experience. It's just that at this point in the game, you can still see a little bit of lag here and there. And it's not the perfect package. TouchWiz is what's destroying this device. And that's why I give it some of the ratings I'm going to give it at the end. TouchWiz is just so horrible at this point. They need to just ditch it and move on to something else. Call quality on this, actually HD calls come across extremely clear. You've got all these microphones all over the place. How could you not have a clear call? So call quality on T-Mobile's network is fantastic. You got HD calling, everything should work just fine for you. The last thing is the battery. Battery, for it to be a 3200 milliamp battery, 3220 or something like that, I believe, it's still so-so. The one phone that just decimates all batteries is the Huawei Ascenmate 2 4G LTE. That phone literally lasts me 3 days and I got 6 hours of screen on time. That is just a monster. I'm really curious to see how the Nexus 6 is going to do as well. But for phablet type devices, this still is not a killer battery like it should be. Overall though, you're going to make it through a day, but I want to get at least a day and a half off of a charge. And I used the Huawei Ascenmate 2 4G as an example because I used that device. I had 6 hours of screen on time with 3 days of use. And follow me on Twitter and at Mr. J.O. Williams, Instagram Mr. J.O. Williams, and also Google Plus. You can see me on there, Mr. J.O. Williams, all the same. You definitely will see me post a lot of things on Twitter and Google Plus. It's just, you know, the ZenMate is one of the best batteries. I haven't used the Droid Turbo yet, but I'm sure with 3900 milliamp battery, it should be a powerhouse. But this phone battery is still just, you're gonna have to charge it in the day. So how do I feel overall about this device and would I recommend it? First, let's say I will recommend it. I will say this is a device you should get. Here's probably the one and only thing that I just hate about this device, and it's TouchWiz. TouchWiz is such a, I used to love Samsung. I promoted them left and right. For those that didn't know, I even worked for Samsung for many years. And most of the products in my house are Samsung still. But the fact of the matter is, you know, TouchWiz is so played out. And if this had stock Android, you know, I could put a launcher on here. It's still not the same though. Most people say, well, the S Pen, I see people online talking about the productivity and, you know, how this is with the S Pen. It just makes it such a fantastic device. You know, yes, the S Pen is there, but I can guarantee you the majority of the people don't use the S Pen probably at all. It's convenient sometimes, but I don't think a lot of people are using the S Pen. I'm sure people will shoot off in the comments, oh, I use the S Pen every day. Well, hey, you're not in a high percentage though. You know, this phone is obviously selling well, but people probably are not using it in the business aspect that Samsung is promoting it. It's just that people want a nice large screen phone, and this one suits the category, and it does very well at that. But overall, Touch Pen, the S Pen is actually really great, but most Note users, myself included, never pull it out. Every now and then doodle on something, but no. And I am a businessman. So it's just a matter of having that convenience of a small compact device with a big screen. So overall, TouchWiz just to me destroys the experience of Android for this device. But as far as the device goes, nice and fluid. You know, a little hiccup and lag every now and then, that's the Android. How would I rate this device? I give this device a 9 out of 10. And that is how it goes. I had to take off points for the battery, and I had to take off points for TouchWiz. They're just garbage to me. It's unbelievable. But overall device, I would recommend this, and I definitely recommend get the white one. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. That is a full review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 running on T-Mobile. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. Be sure to rate, subscribe, share the video, like the video. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe. Take care.